Okay, so I am officially a week and 1 day on T. Sorry about the lighting. It's daytime right now for once. A little behind on like video stuff because work has been really crazy. And this is, well, it's not my first day off. I don't even technically have today off. I had yesterday and the day before that off. And I was actually so burned out that I just couldn't motivate myself to really do anything. And I don't actually know if I'll have energy to do this after I get home from work, so I wanted to do this now when I do have time. So this is just gonna be kind of a quick-ish update video. Update-wise, there's not a whole lot. The shots hurt way less than I thought they would. Like, I am super, super relieved. I wanted to do it on Friday. I don't know, I just like Friday as a day. But then I was worried if I waited till the next day after my appointment that I would build it up too much in my head and it'd be harder to do it, because that happens with needles and injections, especially when you've not done it before. And I was already kind of stressing about it since, like I said, the intramuscular injections were always really unpleasant for me. So I just kind of did it on impulse Thursday night before work, and it barely hurt at all. Like, it pretty much didn't hurt. There was some like burning, stinging sensation after I was finished with the injection, which was just because of the testosterone, I guess. The testosterone oil, like, sinking in or whatever, I don't know. But I was already prepared for that because I've heard that that happens, so it's no big deal, really. The site was a little bit sore for a while after that, but barely noticeable, really. And then over the course of the week, some changes I noticed were like my temperature kind of went up a little bit, and I noticed, especially like a couple days after the shot, I was looking flushed in pictures I took of myself. That did stop within like the day before I just took my next shot. So I got really hungry like a couple days into it. Not like ravenous, like I didn't feel the need to eat. I noticed that I was hungry kind of all the time. It was like a background noise of being hungry. It was really weird because I would like eat like a whole bowl of cereal and I would feel full, but I'd still be hungry, which was uncomfortable and unpleasant. But that was kind of reassuring because one of the things that I'd been worried about was like just eating all the time and not knowing when to stop. But I still have the distinct feeling of like I'm full, so I don't need to eat, even though my brain is telling me that I'm still hungry. So that wasn't really as much a source for concern, at least at this point, as I thought it would be. My voice cracked a little bit when I was singing a couple days into it. I want to say like Wednesday, but it only happened once, and that happens sometimes anyway, so I don't think it was really related. My throat did get a little bit sore. I don't feel like there's any real noticeable change to my voice at this point. It doesn't sound any different to me, but I also know that that's really hard to tell for yourself. So who knows? Maybe this will sound different to other people or to me on the playback. I can still hit pretty much all of the high notes that I am normally able to hit when I'm singing and stuff like that. I did just take my second shot yesterday afternoon, and my throat is starting to get a little bit scratchy again. So clearly there's something happening there. I'm just not noticing any real like physical effects so far. I did start waking up like after like 5 hours of sleep. So waking up at noon instead of waking up around 4 p.m., which is what I usually shoot for since I work graveyard shift. But I would wake up still tired. So I would go back to sleep pretty much immediately and then sleep another 8 hours until like 8 p.m. and then get up and go to work. And it's really hard to tell if that's because of the testosterone or if it's because I'm just getting burnt out at my job. So far, I'm not noticing an energy boost of any kind, which is slightly disappointing. Hopefully that will still happen. I did hear that sometimes some people can have the opposite effect and be extra fatigued, which would really suck. And I hope that's not what's happening here, but it could be, because I have been really tired. I'm not really noticing like any change in my moods or temperament, except that the day of my shot, I noticed that I was feeling really run down and really depressed and low motivation, low energy, like lower than normal. Again, that could just be from being burned out, and this could just be, again, psychosomatic, placebo effect, whatever. As soon as I took my shot that afternoon, I immediately started feeling better. So it's probably due to the hormone imbalance that happened towards the end there. I'm definitely still running hotter. Like I feel pretty warm right now. I could probably do without this jacket, honestly. And I'm not as cold when I go outside. But again, that also depends on like how close or far away I am from taking the shot. So that's definitely HRT related. I've been having some like really mild headaches that don't like go anywhere because I know that tea can affect you if you have migraines, and I do normally have migraines. I haven't had a full blown one yet, knock on wood, but I have been getting like just sort of pressure headaches that don't like go anywhere. It just sort of starts a little bit where I can feel it right in here, just like someone's pushing on my brain, and then it goes away after a little bit. So hopefully that just stays mild like that. I did end up sharing the open letter video like on Facebook, so now a bunch of people have access to this channel that didn't before. And I'm trying not to let that get in the way of me being open and honest about stuff, but it's a little hard. It's hard not to be self-conscious knowing that people that I know in person are probably watching these, even if somewhat sporadically. So I'm probably going to try and pretend that they aren't. So please don't talk to me about these if we know each other in person. I'm gonna have to work my way up to be able to talk about things again that are kind of like more intimate in nature, and I may not end up talking about those things at all. So there are like some gaps in terms of like updates that I may or may not be talking about just because of comfort levels. That's a decision I made when I shared this channel publicly, I guess. Anyway, my throat is starting to get really sore. And my battery's getting low. So I'm gonna cut this one short. I think I covered everything I wanted to. Yeah, the appointment went fine. Injections are nowhere near as bad as I thought they would be. And no regrets so far. No major changes, but it's 1 week. What do you expect? As always, thanks for listening. I'll see you around.